Today's Pick a Card reading brings through brilliant messages from your spirit guides that are truly meant for you. Hello, hello! In today's Tarot Card Pick a Card reading, we are giving Spirit the mic and letting them bring through whatever messages they have for us. So I'm expecting some pretty profound messages to come through. And if you are new to the channel, hi, I'm Cheryl. I am a professional reader. I've been doing this for 17 years, and I'm also the author of 3 oracle card decks. And we're going to be using a couple of those today in the readings, along with some other decks. So we're going to pick our cards in just 1 second. I have a question for you guys, actually. So, you know how I do my intuitive notes. There are more things that I have to share as far as the collective group reading. So a few videos back, this is the video, I did a collective group reading before the pick a card. And there are actually more messages that I have to bring through, and I'm thinking of possibly doing a live collective reading where you guys can ask questions either about the collective reading or about intuitive development and that sort of thing. So if you guys are interested in a live session with me, would you let me know down in the comments? Because I'd really like to hear your opinion. I want to give you guys what you want. Okay, so for the reading, we have 3 choices to go on today. I am a Buddhaholic, by the way. I admit it. And finally, I have my little Buddhas back. So the first choice we have is our Fortune Buddha with his little coin. So that's group number 1. Group 2 is, I call him the Manifesting Buddha because he has the globe. So we'll just call him the Manifesting Buddha. And number 3 is our Peace Buddha. So you take a moment, tune into which Buddha you would like a reading from. The timestamp is down in the description of the video. And as always, if you feel drawn to choose more than one reading, I suggest that you do that because often there's a primary reading and then secondary energies that come in. Okay, so you make your choice and I am going to get us started in our reading. Hi, Group 1. Okay, are you ready for your reading? I'm sure you are. Okay, Spirit, we are looking for a big message from you today. A big message to help Group 1 on their path, in their lives. What message do you have today? The first one I'm drawn to is Wisdom Guide. Okay. You know, that's not only about intuition, but spiritual awakening. We have Femme Divine, which is about the feminine divine energy. So these two are already starting to tell me a little story here. Oh, look at this. Okay. I think you guys, Spirit is calling you out. Now, where am I going? I'm going up here. It's like, I'm getting torn. Oh my goodness, I have to take 2, you guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, Earth Angel, and I'm going to take this one here because I felt like I really needed to. Okay. The first thing that I noticed right off the bat is we have 2 9s sitting up here on the table. So they're talking about you completing some lesson, completing some sort of understanding or something like that. And, you know, with this card here, I'm going to start with this one because this is the Earth Angel card. And I mean, it looks like these big, beautiful wings are spread out and it's all these greens and pinks, which are the heart chakra colors. So it tells me that there's matters of the heart going on in our reading today. But with this card, it also says that you guys are the sensitive souls. it tells me that you are the ones who are here to be the light workers, the ones in service, and all of that. But you end up being empathic and extremely hard on yourselves. And that's where Spirit is calling you out, because this little guy that hasn't come up in quite some time, we have the self-talk card. And this is like two big lips and these sharp teeth. And if you notice, these teeth are pointing inward. It's like chewing in on yourself. And that self-talk card is saying that there is something going on in your inner world. Spirit is calling you out that you are not being your best friend. You are either being hard on yourself, as in judging yourself, saying, oh, God, why did I do that? That was so stupid of me, blah, blah, blah. You know, that innocent kind of habitual talking that we do to ourselves. Now, this is a group reading, so the way that you guys express that is going to be different. But Spirit is saying that something is going on with your inner conversations that is taking you out of kilter. It's taking you out of balance. And there's some sort of nurturing energy that needs to come in here. And I feel like they're talking about you initiating that for yourselves and giving that to yourselves, because we have the Femme Divine card. And Femme Divine, that energy is all of those things that are the feminine, right? So even if you are male, we're talking about restoring some sort of a balance here to the energy, because that self-talk card by nature is a masculine card, because it has more of a warrior-esque, aggressive kind of energy to it. And it sits right next to this Femme Divine. So it's talking about a balancing of this energy coming into being more nurturing. But not only that, there's other things that come in with that card, which is, one, dealing with your emotions in a healthy way. And it's also talking about your intuitive gifts, this natural empathy that you have, this ability, like you guys are the ones who can come into a room and, you know, your safety radar goes out, scans the room, and you can feel what's going on in there and feel what's going on with people. And for whatever reason, it's just coming in really strong right now that you guys need to purposely ground more often, I think, maybe than you have been recently, because there's something really important about you guys getting your energy grounded, running that negativity out of you. Like when we intuitively experience the world, we can sense this negativity. If we are not in a balanced place and we have our own emotional wounds and things that, you know, we're still working with, that negative energy can come in and it kind of sticks to us like Velcro, because it already has a spot here, a soft spot to stick to. But when we ground, it keeps our energy in flow. And so it comes through the sensors. Okay, I sense this negative energy here. Whoosh. But then it's released out from you and you don't hold it. And there's something very important about not holding on to it, because it's playing out in your inner world. Okay? Because we have the Wisdom Guide card here. And I mean, the main thing, it looks like in this, these are all fractals. If you're new to the channel, all of my cards are fractals and they're quite powerful. I cannot control what comes out as far as the image. So when they are symbolic, like they look like actual things, it's quite something. It's profound. And this one actually looks like a face with two hands on each side, just like in the Home Alone. And the crown area is completely open. And this is talking about, it is more than just intuition. This is that higher wisdom that guides us in our lives, even if we are not aware that that's what that is. That's like helping to direct us and move us down our path. And you guys are strong. The force is strong with you. That's what I'm trying to say here. And, you know, part of this could be talking about path and purpose, but this reading really feels like personal growth. This is about you really coming into and owning your intuitive psychic abilities, and not fearing them, because there is that element coming in here. Like, I don't want to feel everybody else's stuff, which takes me back to the grounding and doing the work that you need to do and really coming into this feminine energy, this soft energy, so that it's a sensing and releasing, so that you read the energy and say, well, this needs to happen to help balance that energy for myself or others, because you have the ability to do that. Now, this other card. Okay, so I am giggling. I don't even know where to stick this because I didn't intend on pulling another one. So 29 is an 11. So we have 9s. We've got the 11, master number, huge sign here. And this card is called Speak Your Truth. So there's a lot going on in the throat chakra energy here, because this is self-talk and speak your truth. So, is there things that you are holding back? This is the full blues of the throat chakra in full expression. So are there things that you are picking up intuitively that you are not saying? Or are there some things that you're saying that may not be expressing the ultimate truth of what you have to say, think, feel, or are getting? I'll leave that up to you. Because it's a group reading, this is going to be different for everybody. But I feel like some of this, what that Speak Your Truth card is saying, is because you guys are these earth angels and you're so sensitive to the energy of other people. It seems sometimes that it's easier to keep the peace and maybe not say what's true for you or what you see happening in situations with friends, family, etc. Truths that you see that maybe you're holding back because you don't want to disrupt the peace or make anyone feel bad. There's a withholding here, but it's almost like this reminder that these truths, when you say them from the heart, it does help to bring in healing. And that's what that femme divine energy is talking about. So I'm just going to get our crystal grid cards, and okay, I want to see what else Spirit is talking about here, because this really, I guess I would say this is really like an empowerment kind of reading for you guys, in really owning yourselves and owning your gifts and using them in a healthy way. Yeah, I am coming up here. No, it's this one. Okay, they're sticking together. Sorry, guys. And we have transition. Okay, so I'll put that there. And I need to go in the middle here. Where are you? That's the one there. Okay. Just get that out. And oh my goodness, look at that. Grounding. That is exactly what I was saying to you, that this grounding has to happen, because it is pivotal, not just for this releasing of negative energies, but that grounding truly helps you with your own emotional well-being, your mental well-being throughout the day, because you guys are sensitive. You get kind of like you're in the ocean with a rubber dinghy and you will get tossed around by the waves unless you have that grounding anchor to hold your dinghy in these turbulent waters, if you know what I mean. That's a crazy, crazy symbol, but you know. So that is exactly what that grounding card is talking about. This transition card now, this is interesting because I feel like they're talking about something coming up here for you guys. So I want to get out. This is the Czech language version of my Path of the Soul deck. So it does have all the writing on it is in Czech. I don't know how to read Czech. That one's for us. Okay, Spirit, what is the transition? That's what we want to know about. What is the transition that's coming up for group 1? Oh my goodness. Birth of angels and, oh my goodness, Egyptian eagle. Okay, so there is a new perspective coming. That's interesting that you guys got both the Earth Angel and the Birth of Angel cards. It's like Spirit is doing whatever they can to back up this message of you being these beautiful, bright lights in the world, and that it is about you shining your light in your way authentically. But this transition that's coming up, we have the, okay, let me get it up here. Oh, the Egyptian eagle. Okay, so this is our eagle. We've got the wings. We've got wings here. There's something about you guys rising above. I feel like that's what this transition, because this card literally fell out onto it. They're talking about a rising above certain situations that have been going on for you that maybe have been causing you some emotional stress or just discontentment, you know, wanting to work your way through. And I feel like they're talking about this coming out in some sort of positive resolution, because that Egyptian eagle card is talking about rising above and gaining a higher perspective. So it's kind of like a change of mind, but it's like seeing more of the situation, because right now you guys are so close up, you only have this little tiny view of what's going on. And they're talking about that higher perspective. And I feel like that's what the Egyptian eagle is actually talking about, is that higher wisdom and understanding. But a lot of the times when you get a new perspective, I need to say this, you end up making decisions and changes because now you have more information to go on. So I do feel like there are some changes coming up in that way. And I'm just going to drop out 1, 2, 3, and let me tie this up. So I'm going to start with this guy, Perthro, because this one is talking, it's a feminine energy, surprise, and it's talking about changes, but it's almost mirroring what I was saying with this. I'm actually going to put it here, mirroring what I was saying with the Egyptian eagle card, because not only does it carry the same feminine energies that we were talking about, but it can talk about secrecy, not understanding something fully, things being hidden or uncertain. And I feel like that so clearly represents what the Egyptian eagle is talking about, overcoming, coming to understand things in a different light. So both, I'm going to say, because this rune came out, it's both in path and purpose and in situations that have been happening in your life. And then we have Urus, and this is like strength and potential. Like it can kind of relate to health. So if you have been feeling like your energy is low, they're talking about an amping up of the energy, which is another important reason why you're going to be needing to ground or be more conscious or aware of it. This is, more of a masculine energy. So I am going to put it next to our femme divine because I feel like they're talking about a balancing of these two energies, the male and female, into a healthy way that kind of invigorates you and perks you up in some way. Okay. And we have Manaz. And this one, it can represent you as an individual, but it does also represent, I'm going to put it over here, humanity, social circles, friendships, community. It has but it talks about the individual and the whole. But the big thing with this is that it's talking about support coming in, support through community, through friends. And I have to say, because we have the Birth of Angels card, I understand what Spirit is saying with that. This is almost like that assistance energy coming in, because the Birth of Angels card tells me that things have been difficult. It hasn't been all easy peasy, going smoothly. There's been a lot of bumps and rough spots happening. And this is Spirit's way of saying, do not be hard on yourself. Things are in a place of transition and changes that you personally are going to be making to right this energy, to correct what has gone astray. So you need to watch what you are saying to yourself, how you are talking to yourself, and really come into your heart energy and to begin expressing your truth, saying what's true for you. Okay? So, wow. This was quite a personal reading. Like, it was very of the heart for the heart. That's how it feels to me. So just hang on, you guys. Things are going to shift here. And the biggest change that's going to be happening is for you, in how you feel about yourself in this situation. And you are going to make the right changes and choices. So trust yourself. Trust your inner wisdom. Okay? Now, if you liked your reading, please do sprinkle some love on the like button for me. I would really appreciate it. And please do let me know what you think of doing a live with the on the collective consciousness. But as always, I feel a little sullen because my heart is so with you. My heart is so with you. But as always, you know I love you. I cannot wait to see you again next week. Take care. Hi, Group 2. How are you? Okay. What big messages do we have for Group 2, Spirit? What do they most need to know or hear about? And, it's drawing me in here. I'm going to go that one there. And we have the empowerment card right off the bat. Huge energy out. I feel this energy feels much lighter, celebratory. Oh my goodness. Empowerment. Recognition. Like, what is going on with you guys? Whew. Lion Guide, which is a 33. Holy smokes. Like, wow. That's the energy that's going on in here. I need this one. And we have the receiving card. Wow. Okay. So we have 2 6s energy right off the bat and a 33. So I'm torn between which 2 cards to start with first, because these are 2 different empowerment cards coming through at the same time. Like, I am not joking when I say you guys are on an upswing in your energy. Holy smokes. Because I feel like you've been through whatever you have been through, and you guys have been putting the hard work in That's how this feels. And you have switched your energy and you're like, bring it, universe. I want it. And that's what this card is talking about. This is the receiving card. And so what that says is there was this recalibration, I guess, if you want to put it that way, in your energy. And you've moved to a place of allowing yourself to receive. And that is not an easy thing to do, especially for those of us who are more spiritually inclined. There's a tendency to be on output, and I'm just going to give. I'm going to help. And, someone offers you help and we go, oh no, that's okay. When heck yeah, you need help. And so if you feel like you are not quite there as far as allowing people to give to you or even the universe to give to you, I want you to just practice when someone says something sweet or kind to you, instead of defending it or deflecting it, just say, thank you. And it's hard. It's hard, but that's where we start, okay? But there is something here saying you guys are more in this receptive mode. And I feel like they're talking in a manifesting sort of way with the way this energy is. But whatever you guys have been doing, holy cannoli. We have the empowerment card and we have the lion guide card. Now, I love this guy because in this fractal, you can see it's almost like two eyes, a lion nose, and his big lion chin here. And master number 33, we are talking high level energy. But the lion guide card is all about claiming your kingdom. Let the world hear you roar. It's like saying, you've been walking around as this powerful king of the jungle, thinking you're just this little lion cub, when you're actually this full-grown, empowered, fierce creature. And they're saying, like, it's time to come and sit on your throne, to claim yourself, your gifts, what you want in life. And they're not saying, hey, why don't you get clear on what you want in life? They're saying you are getting clear. And you are coming into this place of like just saying, you know what? Forget it. I've had enough. No more messing around. I'm me. This is me. This is who I am. And I'm just going to be that. Do you like it? Great. If not, okay. See ya. And I mean that in the healthiest of ways, right? Because I don't mean it in an arrogant way. This is in a sincere way. This is saying no more playing small to make others feel more comfortable. No more withholding your energy so others feel more comfortable, so you're not a threat to anyone. This is you coming in and really owning it, but in a beautiful, loving way. Here I am. And with that lion guide card, it's also being backed up with the empowerment card. I mean, look at the energy in this card. It is pure fifth chakra power energy. I meant third chakra. I get stuck up on the throat all the time. Third chakra power energy. And like literally they should be like this. It really is saying you are coming into this massive empowerment. But I feel like they're talking about in path and purpose, but also, of course, in your personal life with those people who are in your life who you interact with, because we have the recognition card here. So there's something going on where people are going to be seeing you for who you really are. See, and like, it's like being seen for who you really are and being acknowledged. There's a type of reward that comes with this. It's like reaping reaping the rewards in some way. So there is a massive amount of good coming in here with you guys. So I just want to get out my Path of the Soul deck. This is the Czech language of my Path of the Soul. And I can't read Czech, but I know the cards. So Spirit, give us more information. What recognition is coming up here? What is this? Now I want this one. Boundless. Okay. And it's which key? Okay, I need to take friendship, and I need this one as well. Oh, had to work for it. Okay. So the 3 cards that we have here, 2 of them are in the relationship department. Okay, so they are talking about this huge empowerment coming up in relationships. Now, that can be intimate. This is the friendship card. And so I feel like there's a coming back into society sort of energy going on in here. It's like a rejoining of the world in a really beautiful, I need to say, in a soft way, because this card is just all these pinks, which is the support color of the heart chakra. And so for some of you, that will be talking about a restoration or a revitalization happening in the friendship department. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is on the social level, really putting yourself out there more. But then we also have the renewal card, and where we have spirals, we have healing, growth, expansion. Everything is on the out and up, I should say. And while this card does talk specifically about a healing or transformation taking place in relationships around the family, those who are closest to us can feel like family. And so there is a big healing coming up here within these relationships. And I feel it's because of the energy that you guys are coming into. You know, not only are you more receptive to the outside world, but you're really coming from this place of just sincere empowerment. And it is altering the very closest relationships to you as well. And with that, this card being here, I feel like you're being recognized or seen more authentically by those who know you. But we also have the boundless card sitting here, and this is talking about no limits or removing limits. So there may have been a limitation placed on some relationship going on here, or a limitation on being out in the world. And the boundless card is talking about the removal or the lifting of these limitations. But I feel like they're also talking about in the work department, work, career, putting yourself out there, and removing the limits. And so there's a mass empowerment happening in every area for you guys. So we're going to get out the crystal grid cards. So what else do they need to know about Spirit? What big messages, understanding, guidance, wisdom do you have for a group? Okay, I'm going to take this one. And we have the lucidity card. Lucid, becoming awake, aware, like snapping to it like you've had smelling salts. Okay, and it's down in here, right? That's the one. Okay, and we have intuition. So with that intuition card, that I feel is Spirit's way of saying, you know, even if things seem or appear like it's still bumpy or it's not working out or whatever, really just you're going to need to trust your inner wisdom, your inner guidance system on where to move from here. Because I feel like whatever this is that you're going to be doing, it's going to fall outside your normal patterns or normal ways of operating, especially with that lucidity card, because that is talking about being hyper aware, hyper awake. So it's almost like your senses are being highly activated, like being highly tuned in to people, to situations, to what you're moving to and moving toward creating in your life. So there's a lot of new energy. So really follow your gut, your instinct with where you feel you need to go and with what you need to do. Okay, so I'm just going to get out some ruins here. Let's see. Make sure I've got them all. Ooh. This is exciting. So we have Ansu's, and this one completely goes with this card because we have the intuition card, and this one talks about communication, messages, receiving like signs, signals, that sort of thing. It can also represent like receiving counsel or wisdom from someone who is wiser or more understanding of certain areas. So it's almost like they're saying there's energy coming in of others to support you, which we have here, but then there's a tuning in coming in here. So with this rune, don't make fun of me how I say it. With this one, I feel like I need to say, you guys really look for the signs and symbols, those spiritual signs, whether it's numbers or feathers or a dime on the ground, whatever those signs are, keep your eye out for them and follow them, because they are coming up in this next little bit to help guide you in the direction you're going. Now, I am so excited about this. We have Feihu, and this one is all about abundance, prosperity, anything good, happiness, hope, joy, an increase in material wealth, that kind of abundance. But then this can also represent fertility as well. So if any of you are at that place where you're working on fertility things, this is giving you this big go ahead, okay? But I feel like this so fits. I should actually put it here with this recognition, rewards kind of energy that's coming in here. Because like I said, it's like I had said here where it feels like this is receiving not just energetically, but like in a manifesting sort of way. And then we have this ultimate abundance coming in. So there is some actual monetary gain coming in here for you guys. These rewards. This is amazing, to be honest. This one is kind of giving us this is like a dice, if you want to say, one of the dice, giving us our time. Because this is Awaz. And this one talks about slow progression forward. It's gradual. It takes its time. It's a slow succession or building up. So this isn't like a mad rush of energy coming in. This is saying, I'm going to put this here to talk about that manifesting. Oh, that's funny. It's actually is an M. So it kind of goes with what I was saying. But it's saying that this is not just some big mad whoosh of energy coming in. This is this beautiful, progressive energy, this transition, if you want to say, this full empowerment, this manifestation, it's coming in a way that you can handle it each step of the way. And you are going to have the support that you need to be able to really integrate it into your lives in a healthy way so that it becomes a permanent part of your life and not just a blip of up and down. This is the long term. And Spirit is literally giving you this amazing message. You want to talk about something big coming for you? Holy cannoli. This is it. So, wow. That's all I can say. I wish I had this reading for me. If you liked your reading, please do sprinkle some love on the like button for me. If you have a few seconds to just let me know if you'd like to do a live on the collective reading and intuitive and all that, please let me know what you think of that down below. And if you haven't subscribed, you should subscribe because there are always amazing readings coming up. As always, you know I love you. I cannot wait to see you again next week. Take care. Hi, Group 3. Okay. So let's move our little guy here. And, okay, Spirit, what big messages, what guidance, direction, insights do you have for Group 3? Now, I feel like I need to go in here. This is the one. Ooh, we have Dragon Guide. Okay. And I feel like the one, which one is it under my... Okay, it's this one. And we have cellular healing. And I take this one. Gratitude. And we have this one here. And we have the joyous card. Wow. Okay. So before we get started, I just want to say it's raining and I'm very near a road. And the traffic is really loud today, so please forgive it if you hear it. I'm sorry, but I can't do anything about it. Okay, so for our cards, I feel like I need to start with this one because we have the cellular healing. So in this fractal, it looks almost like a little cell in biology, and it's glowing green. With that green, it is talking about the heart and healing. And not only that, it came out right next to this green dragon guide. So there's a lot of heart energy that is involved with your reading today. And with that card, I feel like there's so many different things that it's going to be applying to for you guys in this group because it's a group reading. But it is talking about restoring health in some sort of way. So for some of you, that will be with, issues that you've been dealing with in your body. However, this can also be talking about a restoration in the physical body because of the emotional healing and elevation of energy that's going on here. And I feel like they are also talking about some, I don't know what to call it, like the wonkiness that has been in the energy as of late. I talked about that a little bit in the previous collective reading that I did. But, that general malaise and tiredness and like weird energy stuff going on here, I feel like they're talking about a restoration and balance in that as well. But for some of you, I feel like they are saying you guys are the group who are the healers and healing energy. So it's healing, I feel like, in every way. This is like a full-on openness, open energy of healing that they're talking about here. And what's amazing is we have this Dragon Guide card. And this is really, truly some powerful energy in this fractal. And sometimes it's hard to get all the detail on camera, But in this green, in the background, there's this yellow energy that's lighting up the dragon inside. And that is the solar plex chakra energy. So it's almost like they're talking about a rebalancing of both the heart chakra and your solar plex chakra that's bringing in, like, this is an empowerment energy. But with the Dragon Guide card, it says it's kind of like becoming aware of your own power, because the Dragon Guide is more like thinking that you're just a cute little puppy when you're actually, this amazing, powerful dragon. It's the ugly duckling story, but we're using puppies and dragons. And there's something about you guys really coming to an understanding of just how powerful you are in terms of energy. Your energy, how you use it, the effect that it has on other people, right? Because, it's almost like fire. Fire can transform, or it can burn down depending on how you apply the fire, the application. And I feel like that's what they're talking about there, is like this coming to understand your power, your energy, and the effects that it has out here in the world, both on your own physical self and on other people. So this is huge, but I feel like there's some awakening energy coming in here, as far as maybe there's some sort of dormant gifts, talents, abilities that you guys have working with energy that you haven't fully embraced yet, or have been a little bit hesitant to kind of claim, because there is some sort of a claiming energy happening. Now, it's almost like I almost want to draw an invisible line here, because I feel like Spirit's talking about two separate things with you guys, because we have the joyous card and the gratitude card together. And, doing gratitude work does do this massive shift in the heart energy. So I do feel like there is a part of that message that's talking about doing that, gratitude journaling, or saying prayers of thanks, or just, coming into that place of appreciation of the things that you do have in your life. And that can do a lot to really flip you from being in a place of mental energy into this resonance of heart, openness, love sort of energy, because that gratitude card is an opening energy. But I feel like they're saying that what is coming up here for you is bringing you into that place of like, thank you, universe. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like that's the vibe that I'm getting out of this, because we also have the joyous card. And this card is honestly one of my most favorite fractals, because I cannot control how a fractal image is going to look. I can only apply a formula to it and wait for it to render on the screen. And this is, again, these yellows of the solar plex. So it does carry that empowerment energy, but it's also golden energy with every color of the chakra kind of hiding inside here. And this great big smile, this big goofy smile. And it is truly talking about really experiencing this, gosh, I am just so happy. And for some of you, you're going to be like, boy, is that going to be a good change. I hear you. But I feel like they're talking about just that easy level kind of joy where it's just like, I feel good waking up in the morning. Hey, it's nice to see you. And just that So I feel like we're not doing high peaks, which we end up, doing this drop into a low from. I feel like they're talking about this opening and elevation energy into just feeling good. I'm feeling good. Doo-doo-doo. That's what it's talking about. And I will spare you my singing. I could kill small animals with my voice, I swear to goodness. Now, what I want to do, because I feel like there's more to this story that Spirit has to tell us, because I feel like this joyful gratitude energy is more than just that healing or coming into an understanding of your spiritual gifts and your impact on the world. I'm going to shush for a second because I'm going in here somewhere. I feel like that's the one I want. And we have inner divinity. Okay, I'm excited about that one. And I'm still down here for this one. Where am I going, you guys? In here. And oh my goodness, look at that. Another gratitude card. Oh my goodness. I love it when they do that. Gratitude. Okay, Spirit, we get it. These are going to be happy folks. So actually, I'm going to shuffle them. I'm just getting out my, this is the Czech language version of my Path of the Soul deck. Okay, Spirit. What is it that we need to know? What group 3? Can you explain some of this to us? Let's see. I'm going to go right here. Okay. They're telling your secrets, you guys. Okay. All right. I see what they're saying. Now, this may sound a little strange, but I feel like because this card is the encoded card, now the way that it's so tiny, it's going to be extremely difficult to see on camera. I don't even know if I can hold it close enough. But there's all these tiny little symbols all hiding within this fractal. And it's called encoded, meaning there's symbolism, there's meaning and messages just below the surface that you are beginning to understand. And I feel like in some ways they're talking about what I was saying about coming to that greater understanding of your gift. But it's also encoded in a way that I feel like they're saying that this is part of each of you, your own individual journey and understanding, that it's coming for you in each such a different way that there isn't a card that can fully describe it. However, it more suitingly sits over here with this in understanding self in a much deeper way and understanding your gifts in that way. Okay. Now, this one is interesting because it looks like a big teardrop. And I feel like they're talking about a healing coming through here also on the emotional level for you guys. And that you have done your process. You've been through the mill. You've gone through the whole range of emotions and dealing with experiences that are painful. And they are talking about the cleanse that has come from that. But I feel like also the wisdom and strength of making it through that. And a part of this healing gift that you have for many of you will be also to be able to sit in that compassionate place to help others through their emotional pain and situations that they're going through. And I feel like this card most suitingly sits with this gratitude and joyous card, because I feel like they're saying for most of you that it's the end of a cycle. That's the energy that I have here. You've done the process, you're in that healing mode, and now it's time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, so to speak, that all the hard work that you've done for yourselves in that area, that it's uplifting. And let's just get out our runes. Sorry, I say it that way. Please don't tell me I'm saying it wrong. It's how my mouth says it. And I'm just going to drop our... Okay, just a sec. Now, this is making me giggle, literally, because this one is called Wan Yu. And it is... I'm just going to stick it here, because this one is comfort and pleasure and harmony and peace. And it says that it comes about, all of these good things are coming about because of a commitment to your spiritual work or to your personal growth work. I mean, it so suits this. It's mind-boggling to me. But the big thing with this one is that it's talking about a recognition of your achievement or a recognition of your success and a recognition of your worth. How amazing is that? Now, we've got this little guy, which is all yees. And I want to put it this way. Oops, sorry. I'm upside down on the camera here. Because this is the inside symbol of the peace symbol. And look at this, you guys. It's the same symbol. So I feel like a part of this message is talking about that peace and joy that we were talking about. But the big one, the big message with this is that this is talking about like a spiritual protection, if you will, like a higher divine force working in your lives. And it's almost, it will feel like you are being guided and protected on this part of your path. But another part of this energy is also talks about the feeling or need to protect others. So I'm not sure how that's going to manifest for each of you individually, but I want to put it over here with this healing energy, because I feel like that's a part of what you're doing, is not just healing yourselves or helping others to heal, but it's almost giving them a buffer against the harshness of the world out here. And I feel like it's a buffer for you as well. Now, our last one is Iwas. And this one is all about strength, dependability, reliability, trust. And I feel like this is almost like talking about a rebuilding in a way of your relationship with spirit, in feeling protected and buffered in the world, and like a deeper connection with your gifts and healing abilities. Really feeling like you're making a deep connection to them and being able to utilize them in a very real and practical way. But this can also talk about the beginning of a venture or business or path, if you will. And so for some of you, if you're kind of wondering, what the heck, healing energy, what are you talking about? I don't do that. I feel like they're talking about you beginning that journey and really starting to understand these underlying gifts that you actually have. So as far as a big message from Spirit this week, like, holy smokes, you guys, you have some amazing things coming up, and like a total shift in your energy in gratitude. So the last card that I haven't spoke about yet is the inner divinity card, because we've already spoke about that. But I feel like this literally is just backing up everything that I've said about becoming more aware of the impact that you have in this physical reality with your energy, and becoming much more intentional with it and owning it. So, like, get your dragon on, you guys. It's time to transform and heal out here with your real gifts. Wow. Wow. Okay. So if you enjoyed your reading, please sprinkle some love on the like button for me. If you aren't subscribed, wow. I always have something going on here in the readings that you will want to hear about. These aren't like all the other readings on YouTube, and you don't want to miss them. As always, you know I love you, and I cannot wait to see you next week. Take care.
Sunlight, sunlight, is it in the